Hello, I'm Josh Court and this is Matthew Coulson and welcome to the Prem Life. So we saw another red card this weekend with
The dubious one maybe?
with Torres and Vertonghen. So Matt, give me your 50 cents on who was the actual culprit or who wasn't the culprit in the red card.
So they both led with their arms, neither of them overly high. Vertonghen, obviously you're going to say nothing can happen to him because he got the ball. Not true. If you're leading overly high, then something like that, or with the elbow. But Vertonghen for me didn't do anything wrong, but nor did Torres. Some people were saying, he didn't have a chance of getting the ball.
Sure.
He hasn't actually done anything wrong there. He's just put his body in there to try and get a competition. So for me it wasn't a red card. But what had happened was all game there'd been a low tussle and the ref saw things heating up and he also got caught up in it. And I was saying to the TV ref, don't do something silly, because I thought both of them were going.
Sure.
But it was a classic Johnny Evans, John Joe Shelby moment from last year where both of them come hard into the tackle and the one who stays down and pretends he's really, really in trouble here. I mean, who was it? Vertonghen holding his head. No one had got anywhere near his head. Only the ball had hit his head. So.
And Torres held his face for a little bit because Trump's hand did touch his face, thought about it, got up and decided no. And then he got the red for getting up first. He could play chicken longest one.
Torres looked good. You could see Mourinho was happy with him and he looked sharp and really, when Torres was playing well for Liverpool, he was really leading the team. Going, I want responsibility, I want the ball. Not like a classical leader sort of thing where he's leading by example, and he's doing that for Chelsea. So if he can continue that, doesn't lose confidence after this, back him for a good season, I think.
So that game ended 1-1, but a few of the other interesting results was City going down 3-2 to Aston Villa, and more, not necessarily more important, I think City fans will be a bit upset with that, but the other side of Manchester also lost to West Brom in the Midlands 2-1.
Well, we said last week, it's the next few games that matter for United. Not a good start. And you got to go back to, no one wants to talk about it because it's overdone, whatever. But Fergie, would he have lost this game on the comeback game? I don't think so. I mean, from a couple of bad results. I think it's about time we mention how managers affect teams long term. So the only real long term survivor is Wenger, to be honest.
How much longer is contract up in the summer?
Last year it was only Moyes and Ferguson, and the question is how many points is that worth getting the system there? And it looks like Everton, they'll probably be 10 points short this year. United definitely going to be 10 points short in my opinion of where they were last year. So for Arsenal fans, know you're in trouble if you get rid of Wenger.
No, I've always said if Wenger goes, Arsenal are in huge trouble. Maybe it's a bit different now with Özil in the team. He does obviously add something different, but I think if Arsenal couldn't, they didn't have Wenger. They're not a top 4 side without Wenger.
No,
I know that sounds 100%. Very harsh. But
I think most Arsenal fans would disagree, but I think they just...
Without Wenger...
You don't realise what you have until you're gone. You look at the quality of Man United, and I don't think they're an 88-point-a-season team, and it was just Fergie getting the absolute best out of them, and he did a brilliant job. Moyes, as well with Everton, didn't look all that fantastic man for man, but he really gets it out of them. So I think, Fergie... going is a huge loss, and everyone knew that, but you got to consider for the rest of the league. Also, he was City manager before, so Mancini. He also had a long-term effect, and he's starting to get his style across to them. Now Pellegrini has to start all over again, and it's going to lead to points going down the drain. With Chelsea, it's a little bit different because Chelsea are always chopping and changing. Mourinho is very much an impact manager, so I think he'll do better than his predecessor Benitez. But so anyway, how do you see United going for the rest of the year and long term, even further than that?
I think you're. I still have to say that United will finish in the top 4. Even with Moyes coming in, I just can't see United not coming in the top 4, and they won't come 4th. I think that spot's pretty reserved for Arsenal and Tottenham. They seem to like that spot more than that. Maybe Liverpool, of course, but third, second, I can't see them winning it. I can't see them winning it with the points that they're not picking up at the moment. You know, of course, it's so early in the season.
City too, you can't see them winning it that way either, the way they're going.
But, you know, you're leaving teams like Arsenal, Liverpool and Spurs, and I don't believe any of the three teams have...
quality.
You can go the mile. You know, I think...
But they're playing on level terms with them now.
I know
they're dropping the sort of points. So
I know they are.
They're in a real tussle.
But I think United, City, and Chelsea, they're gonna get the momentum going, and then you'll see once they get their mojo, if you want to call it that, going, they're gonna take off, and then you still see the top three. And I'm happy that at the end, when the end of the season comes, if I'm wrong, I'll put my hand up and I'll say I was wrong. But I still believe they'll be the top three, and then you'll have a nice, good battle for.
For me, it's all about Chelsea this year. I think it's Chelsea's year, and I think you agree with me.
Yeah.
But the more important question with United is next year: are they going to stick with Moyes? Are they going to let him build a legacy?
It just depends on where they finish in. Because if they do come third, I don't think that he'll get sacked. You know what I mean? Coming third isn't new manager. They will say without Fergie is hard. You know, coming third. It's not like you didn't get Champions League or something. So I think they'll say.
So for me, United, the big thing is that. You know, Fergie took a while before he won his first league, and Moyes will too, I think. So I don't think they'll give him that kind of time. I don't think he'll go more than 2 years. And then what happens from there? Then you've decided I'm not building a legacy like in a Liverpool way with the Rodgers or something, or Villas-Boas at Spurs. Then you have to start doing a Chelsea sort of thing, and
just
or even a City, just rolling in the best guys and seeing who can do the job.
Anyway, if you'd like to comment on anything we've said, use the hashtag ThePremLife on Twitter or ThePremLife@gmail.com to email us. Thank you.